They show up in the dead of the night. Small, pale, polite, and wrong. They knock on your door with voices too calm, faces too still, and eyes blacker than the abyss itself. They don't scream. They don't growl. They just ask to come inside. And if something deep in your bones tells you, if you say yes, you're never coming back. These aren't lost children. These aren't kids at all. There's something else. Something ancient. Something hungry. Tonight, we open the door to one of the most disturbing and unexplained legends of our time. This is not a bedtime story. This is not a warning. This is an encounter. Welcome to the tale of the Black-Eyed Kids. What is up, Nathaniel? My guy, my brother from another mother.
I mean, we wanna apologize in at the start of the podcast for our voices being overly manly. It's only because both of us, at least me, I was fucking sick for the past 2 weeks. The flu's around, the spicy flu.
I was just injecting testosterone. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. No.
No, you weren't? You sure?
Yeah, no.
You sure? You look like you've been injecting testosterone though.
I wouldn't say injecting it, but
yeah. Inhaling it.
No, I was snorting it through my bum hole. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. The black-eyed bum hole.
Yeah, that's a different kind of black eye.
Black eye, yeah. But
what's been going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Like, we're here again doing another creepy urban legend.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, look, Josh, in the time that we for the 3 years that we've been doing this, right? I have come across
that, hasn't it?
It has been, but I think it's like an average of 3 years that we've doing
on average.
Yeah. And on average, I've heard of this legend multiple times and tried to bring it up on the podcast multiple times, but I just couldn't do it. We couldn't do it, right? I think it's one of the urban legends that I want to revive because it's been lost on the internet.
I will say so, yes.
Yeah, because it was big.
It was
back
big.
In 2017, 16.
Yeah,
I
man,
reckon.
it was huge. I remember hearing some things about it, but clearly, like you said, it just got lost in time. And
yeah,
obviously in the memory of a fucking 16, 17-year-old. So.
Exactly. Talking about black-eyed kids in general, have you heard of this?
So the offspring
before?
of the black-eyed peas.
Yeah, black-eyed peas. Yeah. Black-eyed peas. Is it black-eyed peas or black eyes? No, black-eyed
peas.
Oh, yeah. So have you heard of the legend before?
I have. I do remember stumbling across it. I don't remember too much about it.
Okay.
But I do recall when doing some research for it.
Right.
It felt very like the whole concept of the black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
When reading up on it was very deja vu for me.
Yep.
So clearly, as you were saying before, it's something that sprung up back in 2017, 2016 or some shit like that.
Not many people have spoken about this, and hence we wanted to bring it up.
That's what we do. We revive
shit. Exactly. Who are they? The black-eyed kids, basically, they're more of a mystery, right? It's never been proven. Obviously, there's no... I mean, there are certain CCTV footage that I've come across where it seems like... And it's not technically black-eyed kids. When I talk about kids, it's not just 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. These are kids ranging from 18 to 20 sometimes. generally when we talk about like black-eyed kids, you would imagine small kids roaming
you're
around.
expecting like 4-year-olds.
4-year-olds, exactly. But this ranges from 6 to 16, like in between that kind of age. I shouldn't have said 18 to 20, but there are some stories that I come across that I will. So many. Yeah, exactly. That I'll share with you anyway. Yeah. Now, they generally are known to, appear at night specifically and knock on doors. They approach cars as well. So Josh, be careful. Or interact with people in isolated areas. Now, what sets them apart is the unnerving presence and these solid black eyes, right? So that's what sets them apart, is their black eyes. There's no iris, there's no white parts to the eyes. It's just jet black. And so in order to know what these black-eyed kids are, Josh, we have to know the origin of this legend. Where did it start?
Oh, that's an excellent question.
Yeah,
it's interesting because I got so this is where it started, right?
Okay.
This one's dating back to the 1990s. So the original source comes from Brian Bethel, a journalist that was, and this is the first widely known BEK story.
Okay.
And it started in Abilene, Texas.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how I said it.
Abilene,
that's correct.
Yeah. Abilene, Texas.
Abilene.
Yeah.
No, joking. I'm sorry. I love country music.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't.
So.
Yeah.
Noted. Dick. If this motherfucker stops interrupting me, but look, I'm joking.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'll read out exactly what Brian Bethel put out.
Okay.
And share his story. On the first known experience of the black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my car, writing a check at a drop box for a local internet provider when two boys approached. I didn't notice them until they tapped on my driver's side window. I was immediately gripped by an inexplicable fear. The older boy smiled. He wore a hoodie. His skin was pale, and his demeanor was oddly confident. The younger one kept looking around, almost nervously. The older boy spoke first. "Hey mister, we need a ride. We want to see the movie, but we forgot our money. Can you drive us home to get it?" Every word they spoke felt rehearsed. Too calm. Too articulate. I didn't open the window. I just cracked it. I instinctively checked my surroundings. No other people in the parking lot. Then I noticed something that chilled me to my core. Their eyes were pitch black. No white, no iris, just endless darkness. The boy's tone grew more insistent. "Come on, mister. We can't get in your car unless you say it's okay. Just let us in." That line hit me like a hammer. Why did they need permission? I put the car in reverse and got the hell out of there. As I drove away, I looked in the mirror. They were gone. Just vanished. To this day, I don't know what could have happened if I'd opened my door. But every instinct in my body told me I wouldn't have made it home.
But what's the difference? Like, do you think that there's a difference in between inviting a spirit like that, or is there a permission?
So, all right. So let's put it like this, right? Vampires must be invited, right? And it's one of the most consistent tropes in the vampire mythology.
Yeah.
Right? A vampire cannot enter a private residence unless someone explicitly invites them in.
Right.
Once invited, the barrier, air quotes guys, the barrier is broken and they can come and go as they please.
Okay.
Right?
So it's just isolated to that one time invitation.
Yeah.
And then they've entered your life. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas when it comes to demons and permission, in a way, demons also require permission, but it's more about a spiritual consent rather than verbal invitation.
Okay.
Right? So for a demon to enter, especially in Catholic demonology, many exorcists believe a person must in some way allow a demon in, whether consciously, like invoking a spirit, or unconsciously through cursed objects, sin, or spiritual weakness.
That's interesting.
So some spiritual framework describes demons as needing a legal right, which is a spiritual permission slip to enter your life.
Yeah.
This might be through dabbling in dark rituals, using Ouija boards, harboring.
Stay away from the Ouija boards. That's that's one of the most common things that is done. Mostly taken as a joke, but I think that's one of the mediums to invite demons in your
100%.
life. Yeah.
But when it comes to the black-eyed kids, the BEKs, and when they say things like, we can't come in unless you invite us, this sort of lines up disturbingly well with both the vampire and demonic lore, which fuels the belief that BEKs might not be physical at all, right? But spiritual entities in disguise. Yeah. They feed on fear, submission, or your soul. Okay. And they're also testing your will. So if you say yes, you're offering consent in some cosmic, irreversible way. Right. So let me ask you a question then. Do you have to be in a certain wavelength in order for these kids to approach you? I don't know. I don't know. Like, based on the stories that I've got, and like I said, I've only got the 2 stories. Yeah. But based on what I've read, I don't think it's about being in a certain way. Okay. I think it's just victimization. Okay. Like, they just find a victim and they attack. They go for it. Yeah. And if you invite them in, then obviously you're fucking up. Correct. Right? In some way. Yeah. And for most people, would you think that whoever's invited, like, obviously your next story might be, I don't know what Josh's next story is, but in terms of invitation as well, like, why wouldn't you invite a kid who needs help? And most of the time when I was doing my research with black-eyed kids, most people actually fall for them, or it's much more easier. It's like the skinwalker, right? A skinwalker is known to, if you see skinwalker videos and encounters, they always ask for help. Yeah, so they'll take the shape of a dog, scratch at the door or whatever to be let in, and once you let them in, you're breaking that so-called barrier. So most of these demonic stories have connections in between each other. Like, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's interesting once you start connecting the dots, but if you start connecting the dots too much, you fall down a fucking. It's not even a rabbit hole anymore. It's a rabbit abyss. Oh yeah, right. It's 100% an abyss that you fall into. It seems like every demonic entity that we talk about, somewhere or the other, are connected to each other in terms of the way they approach you, the way it enters your life, and the way it's wanting to destroy you. 100%. All right, so the next story that I have comes from Reddit. This Reddit user posted this back in 2012. All right, and this is his story. Okay. All right. It was 2:37 a.m. I remember, because I was playing Fallout and had just looked at the clock to tell myself I'd go to bed after finishing the mission. That's when I heard 3 slow, deliberate knocks at the front door. I live in a rural area, surrounded by woods with no close neighbors. A knock at this time of the night out here is never good news. I peeked out through the curtain. 2 kids, maybe 10 or 11, both wearing hooded sweatshirts. I couldn't see their faces clearly. I opened the door just slightly, keeping the chain lock off. The taller one said, "We need to come in. Our parents will be here soon." No please, no crying, no urgency. Just flat and motionless. Like he was reading from a teleprompter. I asked where they lived, if I could call someone. The shorter one looked up at me, and then I saw those eyes. Solid black. No whites, no pupils, just empty voids. Then the taller one said, "We can't come in unless you invite us. Please, just let us in." My chest got tight. My mouth was dry. Everything in my body screamed to slam the door. So I did. I locked every door and window in the house and sat there with a knife in one hand and my dog in my lap. A few minutes later, I looked out from the window. They were gone. I don't know what they were, but they weren't kids. I don't open my door at night anymore. Ever.
Fuck. Yeah.
That shit gave me goosebumps.
Now, when you read that story, we have to take it with a grain of salt, obviously, but the way that these stories are, these writers who have written this, I don't know, like, is it plausible? It's not. We leave it up to the listeners, obviously. You know, to think. There's been a lot of instances where things have been seen, like by people in the night.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
And so, one of the most noted reports of the black-eyed kids is from a woman who actually claimed that 2 kids that appeared at her doorstep during a very bad, like, blizzard, like a snowstorm.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what happened was this woman was with her husband in the house, and there was a snowstorm, and obviously there's no one out in the snow, right? It's when there's a blizzard or so snowstorm, most people who live in snow regions and stuff like that, they will be in their houses, right? Because it's risky, you can't drive, whatever. And so what happened is this lady who was at home, she heard these knocks, and when she opened the door, there were these 2 kids. And what they did was these 2 kids asked her to use the telephone, the home phone, right? Now, what happened is the husband came over to check, like, what's happening, like, who's my wife talking to in the middle of the night, right? During a snowstorm. And when the husband saw the kids, he let them in. And as soon as he let them in, the power went out. And their pets, they all hid under the bed and shit, like, in terror. Okay, the kids in that dark room with the power was out and stuff like that, they saw the silhouette of these kids, these 2 kids in the house standing with them. And the husband then recalls that their eyes were different. It was not like a normal human eyes. Their eyes were completely blacked out, like completely black. It was like
it didn't have that CIA sense
CIA,
about black.
It was like when they talk about the black eyes, right? Like the whole eye being black. It is very liquidy when they describe it. It's like a liquid film.
Liquid black. Yeah.
When he saw this, they were in terror, like both the husband and wife.
Do you fucking blame him?
Yeah, but the thing is that they never heard anything from the kids. Now the power suddenly turned back on. Okay, the power turned back on, and the kids were not there anymore.
Yeah, nah. I hope she found a new man who doesn't let strange children into her house
in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
Yeah. What's wrong with you? Like, think about it, like you don't even have time to react to it, and your husband gets to.
If I hear knocks on my door, I'm not checking to see who the fuck
why would
it is.
you get them inside? Like like whatever his name is, whatever what Patrick. Why did you get them inside? Like they just look pretty normal. They just had black eyes.
Look pretty normal. Patrick, they walked in the door and the motherfucking lights went out. What the fuck is wrong with you, Patrick?
Yeah.
Seriously, think about this shit.
As soon as the power came back on, okay, and the power came back eventually, right? The kids were gone.
Yeah.
Both the kids were gone, absolutely gone. There were no signs of these kids. There were no footprints. There was no wet snow footprints in the house. Nothing.
Yeah.
And the husband and wife, they just looked at each other. And they're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And the animals were like reacting very weirdly.
Yep.
And the husband and wife later, I mean, they went on, trying to figure out what happened. They might have left. You know how your conscious, like how your mind tries to convince yourself that it might be something that's like normal. Like, these kids came in, they might have ran back out, something happened. But what happened is they started suffering from really strange health phenomena. They started having these random nosebleeds suddenly.
Yep.
And one of the partners, either the wife, it's not specified, but one of the partners, either the wife or the husband, he died of cancer.
Yeah.
And this happened in the course of this year of them experiencing the black eye.
Within the year that they experienced.
Yes. And so I've got two theories here. Okay.
Yeah.
Theory number one is, why did the kids choose their house? Is it because these kids represent the Grim Reaper, and that the cancer did not happen because of the kids, but the kids were there to
take the soul,
or to prepare them, or to tell them that their time has come. So that's one of my theories.
But why two?
So I don't know, because
this is the main thing. I don't know if you noticed between all three stories.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, two. A pair, like, right?
Yeah.
So would it be like a system that they follow? Like these demons, they roam about.
Well, it's like Sam and Dean of demons. Two FBI agents. Like
it's like talking about like
Scully and Mulder. I think it is, yeah.
But no. In I think it's to do with, like, let's say vampires.
Yeah.
Vampires are known to just one. Right?
Yeah.
If you talk about werewolves, they would be like one lone werewolf, right? If you talk about skinwalkers, they might be one.
Yeah.
But then if you talk about witches, there might be a group of witches.
Yeah, it's a coven.
It's a coven, right?
Yeah.
So do the black-eyed kids have this particular demon that takes the form of these kids, have a system where they actually are a pair?
Mm-hmm.
They work with each other. So it's not just a singular entity, it's like a pair. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the reason why I brought that theory up is because the husband let them in.
Yep.
And the husband probably would have been the one who died.
Yep.
So,
well, clearly, because the story came from the woman, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when the husband came, that makes sense, right? You're smart. So when the husband let them in, is there a reason why he let them in? Because his time had come. Do they represent the Grim Reaper? Yeah. Those are the theories those are the things that come to my mind when you talk about specific houses that are chosen by these entities.
Yeah.
By these demons, right? Now, but my second theory is more interesting in terms of what we've spoken in the past as well. My second theory is that these are extraterrestrial beings.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I say that is, think about it. Like every alien photo that you've come across, right? Or the greys, that's what people call them, right? If you look at these aliens, their eyes, what do they look like? They're completely black.
Yeah, completely.
Right? Very liquid black. And whenever there has been, or whatever reports that have come out in regards to alien encounters, what do you associate aliens with, like the alien encounter with? First thing is radiation that can cause cancer. Right? So are they highly radioactive beings? Yep. The second thing is nosebleeds. Now, if you hear a lot of the discussion that we've done in the past, where people, I don't know if we brought this up, but a lot of alien encounters, people who go through the encounter with the third kind, right? They experience nosebleeds.
Yep.
So is it correlated? Are they? So my theory number 2 is, are they extraterrestrial beings?
Yeah.
The reports don't end here.
No.
There's this final report that actually comes from a man who was traveling for business. When he heard the door knock, he opened the motel door but didn't open it fully, right? Like you mentioned, it was like chained. So he just tried to see what's happening, like who's knocking on his door in the middle of the night. It's a motel. You don't open the door.
Yeah.
Right? In the middle of the night. Now, he suddenly saw
crack fiend.
Oh yeah.
No, crack fiend.
Yeah. So he saw these 2 kids with really monotone voice. Okay, very flat voice, like how you mentioned in your incident or your story as well. And they asked to come in. He slammed the door in panic.
Yep.
And that's the best thing that someone's done in a encounter like this.
Yep.
He slammed the door. He had this feeling of intense urge to flee the place that he was in. Mm-hmm. Eventually, he didn't sleep all night, and the next day, as soon as he got the opportunity, he fucking ran.
Yep.
This encounter was not the last. A lot of podcasters started bringing this up back in 2016, 15. That's when I actually heard it, right?
Yeah.
There is also a reference in shows like Paranormal Witness and Monsters and Mysteries in America. There's references to these black-eyed kids. There is a horror novel that's called The Black-Eyed Kids as well, by David Weatherly, documented alleged sightings and patterns of these black-eyed kids. So he's actually gone into detail of what these beings are. But a lot of believers cite consistency across every report that we've spoken about. If you notice, the way the invitations happen, the way these kids are monotone, they have this flat tone to it.
There's always one older, one younger.
And there's always one older and one younger. The door knocking, that's what the believers think, because they see the pattern in it, and they see the stories that connect and the dots that connect with it, right? Now, skeptics do argue that it's all urban legend, and it's just amplified by the internet and obviously confirmation bias. But regardless of the belief, Josh, one thing is certain: the legend of the black-eyed kids taps into like the most primal fear that everyone has. Is that uncanny valley between what's human and what's inhuman. You know, like a skinwalker is the sinister aspect, the aspect of what is it? Is it human, or is it a being or an entity or a very sinister entity mimics a human being, which is that uncanny valley. You know what I mean? That crosses that
it's the border
line
between the
exactly. Now I'm going to read out to you for a few stories of real life incidents that people have mentioned on Reddit. Encountering
Lord, give me strength.
With the encounters or their encounters with the black-eyed kids. Now, this particular Redditor writes, I used to drive a school bus, and all of my kids were pretty good, especially when they were by themselves. But there were these 2 boys at the back of the bus who would act up and do things that got them into trouble all the time. Okay? Now, I began noticing in my mirror, right before they acted out, they would appear as black-eyed children. I don't think that it was the kids themselves, but rather a form of temporary possession that would happen to them. They looked like ghouls. Their eye sockets looked empty, and they both had a wider than a normal devious smile. Their skin was pasty white too. It was freaky. I began stopping the bus and squashing their plans before they could act out. After a while, it all stopped.
So those kids never appeared on the bus again?
They would appear on the bus, but he would do things that they would stop. They wouldn't give them the opportunity to act out. Maybe that's what he meant.
Okay. That's not black-eyed kids. That's a demonic possession, my friend.
Yeah, but a temporary one.
No. Because no.
Yeah.
Because think about it. I'm only basing my knowledge off what I've seen in fictional TV shows.
Correct. Yeah.
And if you guys have something to say about that, say it to my face, motherfuckers. But
say it in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah. The comments on my face.
Yeah.
So comment.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like you mean that there's demons.
Possession, bro.
So you think that demons live inside them and just manifest sometimes?
I wouldn't say sometimes. If they're lashing out on a daily basis, if they before they fucking wreak a bit of havoc, they could just be possessed, bro.
Correct.
Right? Like these demons could be coming out, having a bit of fun, being like, fuck these kids.
Yeah.
And then being like, all right, kids, run around, do your thing, and then eventually we'll come back again and we'll resurface and shit.
Yeah.
And the kids don't know that. The parents might be atheists, so nobody checks in on that shit. And then all of a sudden, you have fucking poltergeist number 4 in your house.
Yeah. So that you think that story does make a lot of, like, do you think that it's...
I think that story is more to do with demonic possession than it is to do with the black-eyed children.
Okay, let me know what you think about the next one.
Okay.
My great-grandma lived in a small town in NM. I don't know what place is that, but
North
anyway.
Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know.
North Montana.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Let's find out where NM is.
A small town in NM.
Does it say America, US?
No, it doesn't say anything. This dumb cunt, whoever's written this, is like town in NM. What the fuck? How would you assume that we know what NM is?
New Mexico.
Okay.
Bro, I feel like an idiot. North Montana. You fucking spastic.
Anyway, my great-grandma lived in a small town in New Mexico. She claims when she was younger, I'm assuming around her 30s, so this would be about 1950s to 1960s, okay? She was home at night, getting a snack before bed, and she heard someone knocking on the front door. She lives literally in the middle of a desert, with hardly any neighbors. So when she went to answer the door, there was a child with their back turned towards her. They wanted to come in and asked her if she could give them something to eat. She refused, and they turned around to show them their faces, with the blackest eyes that she's ever seen. She thought it was a demon and closed, or rather locked, the door. She claimed to have heard knocking, banging on the door, and even windows for hours until the sun came up. And this is just an isolated incident, so this just happened once to her.
That's gotta be black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
Gotta be
black-eyed kids.
Gotta be. But the fact that they lingered after, that's what's kind of thrown me for a little bit of a loop.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what could the cause be as to them lingering, because they, like, based on the other stories and the accounts that we've heard,
that they just walk away.
They tend to disappear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why are they lingering?
Yeah. Could be the black-eyed kids, or could be again a form of a demon.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Based on the story,
yeah,
I will change my thoughts. Based on the story, again,
yeah,
possibly demonic possession,
yeah,
or some form of demonic entities,
yeah,
but not black-eyed kids.
Not black-eyed kids. Okay.
No.
Okay. Next one.
Yep.
My husband was stopped at a red light. When he was sitting in his car, he looked in his rearview mirror. The person in the car behind him was staring back at him, and he swears that his eyes was solid black. It happened to him a handful of times. It's happened to him in a French Quarter, and also another time on a Vegas trip. But the one that happened to him in the car rattled him the most. The rearview mirror is one of the most iconic objects used in horror movies. I don't know why.
Yep.
I think it's the idea of having like this small vision and then this, the seats behind you.
Yeah, it's very fucking nerve-wracking, man. Like you look, because
when you're driving in the night,
even when you're driving with your family or you got friends in the backseat and shit, you look in that mirror and you see one of your friends just gone. I'd be like, are you possessed, motherfucker? Stop looking at me.
There's like stories of like people who look in their rearview mirror. And I think there was this video that I saw. This girl, they were traveling to like a musical festival or music festival or something, and then they're taking out like selfies, like of them excited to go for the thing, and they're like, oh yeah, like we're going, and then she shows the camera at the back, and these two friends, so they're supposed to be just four, the person driving next to two at the back, and so on video, and I will show you this video after the podcast, she actually sees someone sitting in between those two friends, like this pale grey like very figure.
What's Tabitha doing in the back?
From Tabitha was sitting in between Kylie and Jenna. Yeah.
But no thanks, like, bitch, watch the video yourself. Don't drag your problems in with my car.
I know.
Like shit.
Probably hitchhiked from the music festival or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like one of the what's it called? Vanishing hitchhikers.
Oh yeah.
Could be one of those. Could be.
We haven't put that up yet.
Yeah,
so that's a good episode. So stay tuned for that one.
Yes, sir. Stay
there's
tuned.
Another good episode coming up. But yeah, so that particular story, I feel that the husband's seen them a couple of times. Maybe he's delusional. Maybe something's at the back of him. Maybe he's possessed, that he's seeing these things around him. Who knows? So the next story reads, I went to a smoker's place. Someone was asleep on his couch. The sleeping guy, the person who was sleeping, suddenly woke up and rubbed his eyes. And they were the blackest of black, with no light, no irises, nothing that I've ever seen in my life. So there was no white in the eyes, okay, at all. Now the guy who was sleepy, who woke up, walked past me. But there were thin trails of black wisp of smoke that followed him. I saw that for only a second, till my eyes suddenly adjusted. I'm like, oh shit, I was probably imagining that. But I felt this urgent need to leave that place quickly as possible. 4 months later, an article was sent to me. That guy, the smoker guy that I went to, his house, he was booked for murder. Something evil had clung on to him. By reading these stories, the reason why I bought these stories, though it didn't specifically mention black-eyed kids, was to emphasize on the fact that demonic entities have the same attributes.
Yeah, of course.
To this, right? Now, when they talk about, and what you brought about, what you spoke about in terms of like Dracula and vampirism, again, the attributes are same: pale skin, black eyes, need permission to enter, so on and so forth, right? It is the same kind of characteristics of these.
Yeah, there's similarities.
Entities. Exactly. When we discuss legends like this, we want you listeners to obviously keep an open mind. I mean, we do not have any proof for these things happening, but these are folklores that have been coming up for years now.
Yep. I would wish to just state that I do not want proof of these things happening. I'm good. My mental fortitude could not handle it, and I'm a pretty strong guy mentally. We're both really, we're both.
I think our mind.
Profound,
I know what you mean. It's
more. If we have to deal with this face to face, we're meeting the Lord.
Oh yeah, that's true. Anyway, look, whether they're demons, aliens, or just the modern monsters we create in the dark corners of the internet, Josh. Okay, the black-eyed kids remind us of something deeper. Okay, that fear doesn't always need a reason. That sometimes evil doesn't break the doors down; it just knocks politely, quietly, waiting for you to let it in. So, the next time someone knocks at your door late at night and it sounds just a little too quiet, don't open it. Don't ask questions. And whatever you do, don't say yes. Anyway, in saying that, Josh, thank you again for another. Obviously, it takes a lot of effort for to do this, and obviously you've been tired all day. So thanks for being here again.
Always.
And you know what time it is, Josh? Do you know what time it is?
Dog. First of all,
please don't royally fuck this up like how Chris fucked it up last time.
I couldn't do that. Look,
I think the people are not ready to get.
I don't know. It's not even that they're not ready. I just don't know if the correct equinox in the skies, based on the Mayan calendar 14,000 years ago, compared to the juxtaposition of where the constellation was sitting prior to the time being the time it is. I just don't think we're capable of finding out exactly what time it is until we calculate the mass of the sun multiplied by...
Bye bye.